All right, we'll go ahead and get started. So thank you everybody for jumping on today. My name's Elliot. I'm with the Arbiter Sports implementation team. I also have Alexis here with me. She's going to be in the Q&A chat answering any questions you guys have. So if something comes up that you want to ask or see more of, just throw it in the chat and she'll get to it as soon as she can. We will be having more of these webinars in the future. After this, you should receive a survey that will ask you a couple questions about how we did and topics you want to see us cover in the future. So feel free to fill that in, send it our way, and we'll be sure to add whatever you put in there to our future schedule. So today we're going to be talking about ArbiterMobile. This mobile app is specific to officials, and it is free for anybody to download. Now, when you first get it open, you're going to see that it's going to ask for an email and a password. This is going to be your same email and password that you use to log into your Arbiter Sports account if you were on a normal computer. I'm going to go ahead and sign into mine. If you don't remember your password, you will need to get onto a computer from or your account on a computer and request a password from there. Unfortunately, the app does not do that yet. It will be coming out in the future though. So you can see the first page it takes me to is my schedule page. It will list out any games that I have had in the past and any that are up and coming. Along the top here, you'll see that I have a filter option. So if I want to see a list of games by a specific group, I can click there and it's going to show that I can filter my games for new games, any that I need to fill out a report for, any games that I haven't been paid for, things like that. To see the details of a game, all you need to do is click on it, and that will take you in and give you information about the game, such as where it is, when it is, which officials you're working with, contacts at that site, how much you're getting paid, and who's paying you. It also has the option to get directions. As soon as you click that button, it's going to open up your Maps app on your phone and put in the address of the location and give you directions on how to get there. You can also text any of your other officials that you're working with. So if you need to quickly get a hold of somebody or send out a message, once you click there, that should open your text app and put in the people that you're working with. You'll see that on past games, if I were to click on this one here, down at the bottom here, there's an option for me to file a post-game report. If I click there, it's going to allow me to enter in the scores, any comments I want to include, and indicate who was on time, who was late, and who didn't show. So if part of your assignment is to fill out some of these reports, you can do that from the app, and as soon as that game is complete, it should be available for you to select and complete. Also along the top here, you'll see that we have a calendar option. If you click there, it's going to pull up a calendar. Anything that has a blue dot next to that day means that you have a game or an event scheduled. Anything with a red dot means that you have a block set for that day. Now you can get to the game information from here by clicking on that day, and then down at the bottom here, just clicking on the game information, and it'll take you into that same screen. Also along the top, you do have this plus sign. This is how you set or get rid of a block here. You can see you can select if it's an all-day block or if it's a specific time range. You can also choose if you want to repeat it. This firm option, if you select yes or on, it is going to put a firm block on that, meaning that your assigner will not be able to override that block. And you can see here down at the bottom, you can also set specific blocks for which groups you want to apply that to. So if you want to leave a group open for you to assign games, you just turn that one off. Once you have all that set, you just hit the green check, and then that block will be included on your calendar. Also along here, you'll see that we have a menu option. We were on the schedule page before. I'm going to drop down to contacts. This will give you a quick contact list of anybody you've ever worked with, any site workers, any assigners, things like that. So if I need to get in touch with somebody pretty quick, I can come down and click on Sheldon here, and it's going to pull up his information that he's added into Arbiter. You also have an inbox. You'll see that it lists out different messages that you receive, such as game reminders, notifications that you've been assigned to games, time changes, location changes, things like that. We are working on a way that you can delete these out. Currently, they are linked up to the assigner's account, so they would be the ones that have to remove them, but we should have that feature coming soon. Next is Arbiter Pay. So if you do have an Arbiter Pay account that you have linked up to your Arbiter Sports, it will display in here. Now, you do have to link that up from a normal computer, so to get that started, make sure you log in to the normal Arbiter Sports account. Once that's linked up, you'll see that it will show your Arbiter Pay account information here. It'll also show if you have a prepaid debit card that you've registered with us. If I were to click on that information here, it's going to pull up a list of all the transactions that have gone in and out of that account. If I need to see details, I can come down to this one here, click on it, and it will show me what game it was for, the date of the payment, how much, things like that. If you have a bank account linked up and you transfer money into that checking or savings account, you can come down to the bottom here and hit transfers. And right here you can choose either from into that Arbiter Pay debit card if you have it, or the personal bank account that you have set up within Arbiter Pay. Now, if you click on your profile page here, that will show your information, just basic stuff that you've entered into Arbiter Sports on your own account. And then settings, from here you can set up push notifications, fingerprint ID if you want to go that route. You can get an iCalendar feed if you want to link that up to your iCalendar or your Google Calendar. You can also enter in any feedback, view our privacy policy, and then log out from here as well. So you can see there's a number of different things you can do on the app. This is great for officials that are kind of always on the go. If you need to update your schedule by putting in blocks, accept games. If you need to move money around right after the game, a lot of places are paying right after if they use Arbiter Pay. So as soon as the game's complete, they'll transfer that money to you, and then you can go in and quickly transfer that to your bank info or your bank account. So that pretty much covers the mobile app. Now I know that there's been questions about if the mobile app is not working. First thing you'll want to try with that is to log out. If that doesn't work, you'll want to delete the app and reinstall it. Sometimes apps just do that. If it still continues to give you issues and it's not working the way it should, definitely give us a call and let us know. We can forward that on to our team that looks at the back end and see what's going on with it. But try those first couple things first. That usually tends to fix a lot of the issues. So logging out and deleting the app and reinstalling. If that doesn't work, definitely let us know. So that kind of wraps up the presentation for the app. Like I said, this is free for anybody. Feel free to go into the Apple Store or Google Play and download it. It should be no cost at all. We'll go ahead and leave it open for questions now. So if anybody wants to see anything again or has questions on anything, feel free to put that in the Q&A chat. We'll be sure to get right to it. We want to thank everybody for jumping on. I know this was kind of a quick one, but we will have more features coming out on this app soon. So be on the lookout for it. We want to make this as efficient as possible for you guys. So once we have those releases come out, we will be sure to let everybody know. So we will be recording these webinars each time we do them. We are posting them to our YouTube channel, but I'll have Alexis put the link into our article that will have the videos that we're uploading each week so that you guys can revisit these at any time. We also have an article that will show any upcoming webinars that we have in the future. So if you want to join any of them, some of them are related to schools, some of them are related to signers, but anybody can join any of them. So if you want to learn more about Arbiter, feel free to register for as many as you want. So we had a question come in about how do you edit your profile. So if you come up here and go to profile, this is going to show what you've entered into your Arbiter Sports account. We are working on an edit feature to where you can change things from here, but as of right now, if you needed to update email address, phone numbers, anything like that, that will have to be done by just logging in with a computer. All right, looks like we have a few more questions coming in, so we'll get to them as soon as possible. We had another question come in about a block from an assigner being removed. That would need to be done on the assigner's end. If they're the ones that initiate that block, they would have to be the ones to remove it. The webinar we are currently in is only chat. We don't have the feature turned on for everybody to unmute themselves and talk. So if you do have a question you need to go a little bit more in depth in, please give our support center a call and we can have somebody help you. This app currently is just for officials. We are working on one for assigners that would pertain to their needs a little bit more. That will be coming out in the future, but as of right now, this app mostly covers what officials can do. We hope to have the assigners one out in the near future. Someone asked if you can do self-assign. That is an option within here if the assigner has set that game up so that you can go in and select it and self-assign it to yourself. That just depends on if the assigner has given you that permission and set up the game with those specific settings, but it will allow you to do that. I have a couple questions about the Arbiter Pay debit card. That can be done within the Arbiter Pay login. So if you go to arbiterpay.com and log into your account, if you go over to the transfers tab, that will allow you to request a card, which will be sent to you from a company called Rapid. They're the ones that issue those cards, but we can keep track of all the information within your Arbiter Pay account. So as of right now, you would log into Arbiter Pay to complete that. So this contact list is people you've worked with in the past and different contacts that have relationships to sites and your different assigners. You can see a lot of different things in here, but if your assigner has not given you permission to do so, that's why it wouldn't show in this list. So if your assigner gives you permission to see the full list of officials, it would show up in this app as well. So again, yeah, if you're having issues logging in and it's not working properly, try to log out and delete the app and reinstall it. If that doesn't work, definitely give us a call and we can get that figured out for you. All right, looks like the questions are kind of slowing up, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you again for jumping on. Hopefully this was helpful to some people. We will be having more of these in the future. Like I said, we'll be sending out that survey, so if there's topics you want us to cover, definitely fill out that survey and let us know. We'll continue to get through the rest of the questions as quick as possible, but if you're feeling good about it, feel free to jump off. Thank you for jumping on. We hope to hear from you guys soon. All right, we'll go ahead and close this out. So appreciate everybody staying on and asking questions. If you do have more that we didn't get to, please feel free to reach out to our support center at 800-311-4060. You can also email us at success@arbitersports.com. And that information, if you log in, is in the top right-hand corner where you click on that little picture. It should say help on that selection. That will direct you to where you need to go. Thank you again to everybody. Hope everyone has a great weekend.